Shanti. So today was Shutang's turn to do the Murli churning, but there was some emergency operation, so he had to go. One of the Baba's children, he's going through some kind of surgery, so he had to go now. And my throat is not good, but I will try my best to do a little bit of churning. So this was kind of sudden, so I did not get a chance to do a lot of churning. But whatever I churn, I would share. I would be sharing with you. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, sister, we can hear you.
Okay. So please pardon me for my voice today. So the Murli that we'll be revising today, that was about inexpensive bargain and about creating a budget of savings. So in this Murli, Baba had, in the beginning, Baba is talking about how Baba is the jewel merchant, how he comes and meets with his businessman children. So we are Baba's businessman children. And Baba is talking about the bargain. This kind of bargain is not seen in anywhere else in the world. Because this bargain is between God and ordinary and innocent children. So we are Baba's Bhola children, innocent children. So this Murli is actually filled with many intoxicating titles. So as I churn the Murli, I will also try to give you a little bit of experience about the titles. Maybe I will stop. We all can experience. So the first one is that we are ordinary and innocent businessmen.
Yes, ma'am.
And also we are fortunate. So we are fortunate, ordinary, innocent businessmen who are doing business with the jewel merchant Baba. So why Baba is telling us about this business, that this is a huge bargain, because this bargain helps us to become prosperous for 21 births. So Baba is reminding us that you become countless multimillionaires. So who am I? Multimillionaire, fortunate, ordinary, innocent businessman. And then Baba is talking about the time of bargaining. Usually when people bargain, a lot of time gets wasted in bargaining. But here Baba is saying that it takes only 1 second. Just 1 second. And this 1 second bargain takes place the moment we say, my Baba. Just by saying my Baba from our hearts, Baba is saying that you make a bargain of this huge, countless treasures. So this bargain is neither hard nor expensive. Then Baba is telling us about a special directory, that we are in God's directory. This is such an intoxicating point that Baba is making here, that we are in Baba's God's directory, and under the category of special VIPs. And in one of the Murlis, Baba had described, the full form of VIP, and that is very innocent people. We are Baba's very innocent people, right? So this is another intoxicating point. I am a VIP child, special VIP child of Baba. Then Baba is also saying that we are stars of Baba's eyes. I, the soul, am a star of Baba's eyes, the lights of God's eyes. Then Baba is talking about that in today's world, the more wealth people have, the more fear they have. They're not able to eat, not able to sleep without fear. Whereas Baba has made us fearless, carefree emperors. So this is our another intoxicating point. Who am I? I am a fearless, carefree emperor. Then Baba is telling us how he makes us fearless. When we say my Baba, then there is no fear. Wherever there is consciousness of mine, then Baba said, fear will come. Baba is asking us to check, deep checking, that there should not be any sanskara of mine, even in a subtle form. Very deep checking we have to do. No I, no mine. Because the moment we get into I and mine, then we are actually inviting these evil spirits. Then Baba wants us to become real gold. So that's another title. Who am I? Real golden child of Baba. Baba is asking us to check. To what extent have you become real gold? Then Baba is talking about budget. Baba is asking us, encouraging us to create a budget. Baba is saying that you should aim to accumulate. Baba is telling us specifically that those of a royal family, they do not need to earn anything. but the subjects have to earn. So we have to make sure that we come at least in the royal family. So Baba is asking us to make your budget, make a savings scheme. Baba is giving the example how people in the world, they convert waste into the best. So the recycling, you know how people recycle? And I was thinking about this word recycle. Baba asks us to spin the cycle repeatedly. When we spin the cycle repeatedly, then we become our best self. So this is a spiritual recycling that we have to do. Keep spinning the cycle over and over, over and over, over and over. Seeing our elevated forms, 5 forms. The more we do, the more we spin, the more we earn. So Baba is saying create a budget. So Baba is talking about 4 types of powers. When you are creating a budget, you have to make sure that you accumulate thought power, your word power, power of actions, and power of time. Baba is telling us how we lose at the level of our thoughts. If our thoughts are ordinary or wasteful, then we lose. One of the Murlis, Baba had said that even if you create ordinary thought, that is also a form of impurity. So we have to be careful. Our thoughts should not be ordinary, or our thoughts should always be elevated. So that, we accumulate more and more pure energy. So we have to bring that purity. We have to bring the quality of purity in our thoughts to accumulate. So Baba is encouraging us to keep a chart. And I was thinking about the word power. How we lose this power by speaking too much. If we speak too much, then we lose. Or not speaking the right words, then also we lose. And even not speaking where we are supposed to speak, then also we lose. So we have to be careful what we are speaking. And the thought was that every word we should decorate every word with virtues. Only then can we accumulate. Our speech should be soft. Speech should be very, there should be silence. Even when we are speaking, person should be able to experience silence in our words. And also, words should be sweet. So softness, sweetness, and silence. If we bring all these 3 in our speech, then we can earn, we can accumulate. Also, when we are speaking, we should have the habit of listening, which nowadays people are lacking. They're not ready to listen. We say something, The other day I was listening to one of the classes. Senior was saying something to another teacher, and she was not listening. She was trying to put across her point. And the senior said, listen, listen, listen. 3 times the senior sister had to tell that junior sister that listen. So if we do like this, then what will people out there in the world do? So the habit of listening actively is very important, because even only when we listen can we understand what the person is going through, and then we can respond. And when we respond after listening to the person, then the right words will come out through our mouth, and the person will then be able to receive the right energy from us. And then in return, we will get the blessings from that soul. So the thought was that the most important account that we should create at this time is the account of blessings. Many times Baba had said that the confidence age is the age of accumulating blessings. But how to accumulate blessings? We can accumulate blessings only when, as we interact with others, we give them what they really need. It's very important. Like many times Baba says, if someone comes to you, he's seeking love. He wants a little bit of love. But you start giving that person knowledge, then that's not going to work. Person will not be able to give you the blessings because you did not provide that soul what the soul needed. So this is how we lose. In our account, we don't accumulate. So our speech has to be very compassionate. We should be patiently listening to the person. We should be compassionate what the person is going through. And also, humility is also important. The words should be filled with humility. Today something happened. I'll share with you my experience. I heard the Murli in the morning. Baba said that you should be tolerant. So I shared that in the class. But then a situation came to me when one brother who was supposed to do some seva, he kind of started arguing with me. Then I also said to him in not that soft voice. I was supposed to say, softly, sweetly, but I was not that sweet. So he got upset with me. And then after I gave him some instructions, then I realized that I should have said in a sweeter way. And then I tried to call that person again just to say sorry. But then, you know what happened? He did not respond. And then I tried to chat message. Then also I tried calling him. I tried asking him to please call me. He did not even respond. Then I had to call someone else. And that person was with him. So then I tried to talk to that brother through the phone of the other person. But still that person was upset with me. Brother was upset with me. So see how I lost. And then later on I remembered what Baba said in the Murli, that you should be tolerant. And later I realized that in the morning Baba had said be tolerant, and I was not tolerant. I should have remembered the point at that moment. So See, through our words, we lose. In this way, we lose. So I lost the blessings from that brother. And then I also lost through so many thoughts. I lost time. I lost my energy. And now, so much of loss I incurred. So I was thinking that these are the little things we need to remember. And then later on, I was reflecting on this interaction that I had with that brother. And then I was thinking, that one time one sister had talked about that whenever you call anyone, just pause. Don't call anyone just like that. Just pause for a moment. Just bring that soul in front of you. Send Baba's light to that soul. And then you speak. So from today onwards, now I am making this sure that whenever I call anyone, I'm going to practice this so that I don't end up in losing so much of, so many treasures I lost today. Treasure of time, thoughts, energy, speech. And Baba had said in one of the Murlis that, one wrong action if you perform, then you have to perform at least 100 elevated actions. Now I have to perform 100 elevated actions to make it to neutral. And then my accumulation will start. So I learned a lesson today. And I was thinking that, we have to be so careful. What Baba is telling us, if we sincerely follow, then we can definitely earn a lot. Okay, so that was an experience that I had today. So Baba is asking us to prepare our budget, and then how to accumulate. Baba is also telling us that use the powers. Usually, when we talk about accumulation in a physical way, then the more we spend, the more our bank balance reduces. But here, at the spiritual level, the more we spend, that means the more we use the powers, the more we are able to accumulate. So if I had used the power to tolerate today, I would have accumulated a lot. The situation can come suddenly. But what we need to do during those moments, we have to use the right type of thought. That's what Baba says. Saving your thoughts means the right thought should come at the right time. Then Baba is talking about ordinary service, ordinary family life. Baba is saying if you are leading an ordinary family life, doing ordinary service, then you're not at all accumulating. So Baba is telling us to check. Again, very important checking point Baba is making here. So there are different levels of checking. One is, okay, today I did not cause sorrow to anyone, or I did not perform any wrong action today. It is one level. But then Baba wants us to go to the next level, where we have to check to how many did I give happiness to. So every night, if we if we are able to write that these many souls I gave happiness, then we will be able to say that yes, I accumulated. And then Baba is talking about powerful service. Not just ordinary service, but powerful service. Baba is telling us what is a real service. Very beautifully, Baba is saying real service means there should not be any I and mine. So we need to check, was there I and mine in the service that I did? Here Baba is again saying, check your words. You did not speak wrong words, but so that is one level of checking. But then our words should be such that we should be able to make hopeless souls hopeful. Souls who come to us who have lost any hope, we should be able to infuse hope, zeal and enthusiasm, courage, happiness, all of that. In one of the Murlis, I think Baba had talked about doctors. Doctors, when a good doctor is one who agrees to work on a patient who is rejected by everyone, hopeless cases. So similarly, Baba says that if you want to become elevated, then you have to do this kind of service. So this is about accumulating. Baba gave us so many different scenarios how to accumulate. Baba is asking us again and again to create a budget. Very beautifully, Baba said, a spiritual budget or godly budget means that all souls and the elements become happy and peaceful. So all souls and the elements, they should be happy and peaceful. That is a spiritual budget that we have to create. And how are we going to do this? Baba is telling us, you have to give everyone liberation and liberation in life for many births and liberate them from their beggary, sorrow and peacelessness. So we can do this only when we ourselves are happy, we ourselves are peaceful. We ourselves have accumulated enough so that we can give these souls, we can give vibrations of peace, vibrations of happiness to these souls. For that, our stage has to be very important. So Baba is asking us to make a spiritual budget, not just for the self, but also for the world. So this was the main Murli. And then Bab Dada is meeting with Kumars, and Baba is calling Kumars as very lucky, because they don't have any kind of bondage. Also Baba said they did not have to go through climbing up and then climbing up the wrong ladder and then climbing down. So their energy is saved. So Kumars can do a lot because they have a lot of energy. Also, Baba said that Kumar life means constantly flying bird because they're free. But then Baba is also asking, do you get the thoughts about having a companion who would help you during the time of illness? Baba was asking them. Then Baba said, let there never be this kind of thought. Always remain free from bondage and continue to move forward at a fast speed. So we have to keep ourselves always free. Wherever we are, we should be free from bondage. Then Bab Dada was meeting the Kumaris, and Baba said that Kumaris, they have received a lift, and this lift is an elevated gift. And then Baba said, if you make yourself powerful, then you can do powerful service. If you yourself are weak, then you won't be able to serve anyone. Then Bab Dada is meeting the, and also Baba instructed them that the Kumaris, you be in the company of the instrument souls and you will become a worthy server. Then Bab Dada is meeting with server teachers. Baba said that server means one who is always an instrument. So instrument consciousness. If we serve with instrument consciousness, then there will always be success. And then Baba also said, a true server means one who places every step in the Father's footsteps. So every step should be elevated. So Baba is again emphasizing on finishing the wastage, because where there is wastage, then the power will not be there. So in order to become powerful, Baba was telling to get rid of all the waste. Then Baba also said, server means constantly to put zeal and enthusiasm into service. And that enthusiasm should be visible. Everyone should feel that enthusiasm, just like Dadi Janki. Whenever we see Dadi Janki, she would always be enthusiastic. When she would come back from one country, doing service in one country, and then she would completely forget about what service she did. She would think about the next. So she would be enthusiastic, always running, always running, always running. So that kind of enthusiasm Baba wants to see in us. So Baba is telling us, don't say that, I'm making incognito effort. And Baba is saying that sparkle should be there. That sparkle was visible in Dadi Janki's face all the time. Constant zeal and enthusiasm. Baba is saying that you are so fortunate that you are getting this opportunity to serve. You are multi-million times fortunate. Again, Baba is reminding us. And then Baba is asking one question, that who has the most happiness, you or the Father? Baba is saying that you have been looking for me for so many births, so you should be so happy. I have come now for you, so you should be so happy. So Baba is saying very beautifully, when you become happy, the whole world becomes happy. This is so important. See, when we get upset, the whole world will get upset. So again, we are creating so much of karmic account by becoming upset. On the other hand, so this is again losing. If we want to accumulate, then we have to be happy all the time. Baba reminded us, when you change, the world also changes. And how it changes? Changes in such a way that no name or trace of sorrow or peacelessness remains. So Baba is giving us this direction that constantly continue to dance in happiness and always continue to accumulate in your account of elevated actions, and then distribute it. The more we give, the more we get. Baba is saying people in the world are beggars. They're not at all happy. So you have to give happiness to them. Their thinking has become hopeless. Baba says you have to infuse hope in them. So Baba is asking us to have this awareness all the time. Have this tilak of victory, tilak of the awareness of victory all the time. That I am here in this world to infuse hope, infuse zeal and enthusiasm in everyone. And I am a self-sovereign soul. So double tilak. One tilak of victory, tilak of awareness of victory, and then there is the tilak of self-sovereignty. Then Baba is ending the Murli by asking one question. Baba is saying that, what are the signs of those who are the close stars? And then Baba is telling us that they are equal to Baba. Baptada's virtues, his task, they're clearly visible in the stars who are close. So Baba uses two words in Hindi, Samanta or Samipta. So those who are close, if we are close to Baba, then we become like him. So we have to be in the company of Baba all the time, so that we continue to absorb Baba's energy, and then we become like Baba. Complete, Sampurn. So Saman, Samip, Saman, Sampann, and Sampurn. So first is closeness, and then we become Sampann because we absorb Baba's light, Baba's might, and then we become Sampurn, become complete, and then we become Saman, that is perfect. So each one's face will be a mirror to grant a vision of Bapdada. Our face should glow. Baba is saying, the moment people see you, they should be able to see Baba in you. This is such a powerful awareness Baba is giving to us. This is what Baba wants from us. This is a very beautiful statement. I'll read this one. Although they would be seeing you, they would be attracted to Bapdada. This is known as son shows the father. They will look at us, but they will be attracted to Bapdada. So we have to become like that. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So, are there any questions or any points that which required more um, clarity? Think we can bring up maybe one or two.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, sister. And this wonderful churning you have brought about. And I like that the four powers you are using, how the four powers we have to use. That you have explained in detail with your example. And there it touches heart. And God is how we are losing our energy and this power. So that I realize. Thank you, sister. Thank you very much.
Baba always says na, that always share your experiences. That is what is going to touch the souls. That is what they are going to take. They will not remember anything. But what you share about your story, your life experience, that is what they are going to take.
Yes, yes, and also you said that when you are at the right time, you have to. If you are not speaking at the time you have to speak, so that time that is also a losing. So that is also important point you told. So thank you, sister. I'm very happy and very and to say this journey and very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Baba, for giving me this opportunity.
So, one beautiful thing about spiritual budgeting or spiritual accumulation is the more you spend, the spending is actually equal to investing because the return that you get is exponential. So, when Baba says, whatever you learned, you have to give, you don't have to keep to yourself. And then you spoke about the power of tolerance. It's very easy by default way to say, how much should I tolerate? मैं ही क्यों करूं? Where Baba says there has should not if this thought comes, then the tolerance comes to zero. Then there is no tolerance that you're doing. It's suppression. So whatever powers you're using in the intention to what it's meant to be is investment on your own self and the world, and it's not spending. That was the point that uh, touched me from this Murli. That how does the spiritual budgeting happens and how do you accumulate?
Well, Sister Om Shanti, from the beginning of the class, I felt that the sister is churning the Murli from the Swaman point of view as well. You know, I mean, the Avyakt Murlis are quite interesting that way. And while the Sakar Murlis, I still think I only go with the verbal portion. जैसे बाबा कहते हैं ये करना चाहिए, ये करना चाहिए. I understand that portion, but I do not really connect. But today, as Sister mentioned, she started with a list of Swaman. So I felt that even the Sakar Murlis can be churned that way. So I felt a methodology to churn. And regarding the incident that Sister shared, I immediately remembered that Baba कहते हैं that tell it to him. Any incident, any accident, any mistake, do tell it to him and receive guidance. While I felt that, I did already realize that sister knows what she did. That realization comes very quickly, which is essential, which is so essential to check and change. And the corrective actions taken probably already would have started making the other soul feel good. While I feel the sister also heals faster, and the rest of the churning was based on so important and crucial points. I felt that there's so much of essence in churning this way. Thank you, Kanishta sister. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I'm Shanti.
Om Shanti. So for me, also the spiritual budgeting, that savings, that calculation that we do, right? So rightly you brought out from your experience how the thought, words, and the action that we do, right? I mean, whether we are wasting or we are using it to make our stage elevated, and time also, right? And we can also check, I mean, from the way you explained, so that was the way that we can check, right, whether we are accumulating or we are losing. So when I say, the sign of accumulation is always when we give happiness, or when we interact with a person, when that person, second person, is happy with my interaction, then there I'm accumulating. So when I'm interacting with a person and he is not happy, unhappy, then I'm losing, right? So one side, so that is, we ourselves can do the checking, so that you clearly brought out when you were sharing your experience, so that we can this is a good checking for us to do, whether I'm giving zeal and enthusiasm to others, or I'm becoming an instrument to lose their zeal and enthusiasm and hope for the future. So this is something that I've got when you were sharing. Yeah, thank you so much.
And another thing that I would like to share is that, I felt so bad after that, that I went to the kitchen and I had to prepare, dinner. So as I was peeling the potatoes, I was trying to practice that all the layers of I and mine and all the body consciousness, I'm getting rid of that very silently the whole time, whole 1 hour when I was in the kitchen. I was practicing that. While cutting the cabbage, I was making sure that I am cutting all my impatience, intolerance, and everything. So after that, I felt so good, because the inner voice was telling me that you made this mistake. You should not have done like this. You should have spoken in a nice way. And but after practicing this, at least I felt light. So it's very important for us to settle the account then and there. Usually we don't do that, and that is why I feel that we keep accumulating the negative account a lot, and then later on it becomes so much that we feel a lot of burden on our heads. So it's very important for us to settle the accounts as soon as possible. Baba talked about 1 second, 1 second of bargain. So I feel that 1 second of settlement, we should be able to have that realization in 1 second, and settlement in 1 second, something like that. Otherwise, how are we going to become Bap Saman?
Also, sister, you know, I was churning before the class started, like during the morning meditation here. Now, at office, we tend to have designations, which we usually do not know, how to play that designation. While the world or the senior heads only play around with, or I mean, function with that designation. I know that I am a soul, and when somebody calls me Vinod, I do realize that I have to be like a soul. But when somebody calls me with the name of a designation, I would not understand how to be, because I have not been born, brought up, or lived with that designation. And probably it's temporary again. While this Murli, through this Murli is turning, you said how to speak. The soft, silent, sweet. While you speak, you also listen. All these points of just speaking, which essentially is a manifestation of our designation itself. I realized that this Atmic Swarup can be the definition of that designation. Atma is as such knowledgeable, but this knowledge infused a way of speaking. Maybe the designation can be defined by myself. Now I have some parameters or the ways to act out through that designation. You know,
Yeah, that
and
was
that's the perspective. Yeah. Thank you.
that was a good journey.
And just adding, so there was a Murli sometimes back, I suppose, where Baba said, going beyond the capacity. So here I was thinking that when sister, when you came in to take this class, and despite of having cold and bad throat, you still flawlessly continued the session and gave a very good journey. So I felt this is really going beyond the capacity, not really bothering what all problems that we face with the body, right? When things have to be done, so we have to make it work. So I feel it's really a good example of going beyond the capacity.
And actually, when this kind of situation happens, then Baba comes. Baba comes for rescuing. And because that is when we remember Baba more. Otherwise, if everything is normal, nothing is bothering us, then we tend to forget Baba. But when something is not right, then we remember Baba more. And I was thinking when Shotang told me that you have to churn the murli, you have to do this. And I was coughing the whole time, the entire day. And I was talking to Baba, Baba, how am I going to do the class? So Baba took over. Baba made it happen.
Yeah, it was good to see your combined form.
So sweet.
And
Okay.
sister, there's some chat. Do you want me to read or?
Yeah, sure. You please go ahead.
So Girija Ben says it was like reading the Economic Times, today's journey, um, like yesterday's blessing, economy to remember. Have to list spiritual tools for this unique budget or shall get spiritually bankrupt. Make hay while sunshine, confluence, age, shortage, accumulate, make a saving scheme, no waste of thoughts, power, action. Spiritual budget for self, a spiritual budget for world, where she concludes. Yeah, thank you. We'll close the session with a short meditation remembering Baba.
Sure. Okay. So let's sit with intoxication. That I, the soul, am a special Baba's child, star of Baba's eyes, real gold child, free from any consciousness of I and mine, always instrument consciousness, serving the world in an unlimited way, serving the souls, using Baba's light and might, giving them liberation and liberation in life, giving them what they're looking for. Always filling them with hope, courage, enthusiasm. I'm always happy. Through my happiness, the world is becoming happy. When I change, the world changes. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Kanishta sister. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a blissful day.